All right, today is 26. It's 9 a.m. I'm gonna open up this court session with a prayer. I'm gonna ask Commissioner White to say a prayer for us.
Our Heavenly Father, we call your precious and holy name, thanking you for this day. We want to thank you, Lord, for life, health, and strength. We want to thank you for your love, your mercy, and your grace. Lord, Father God, we thank you for watching over our families and keeping us safe. And we thank you, oh Lord, for protecting Newton County. Lord, as we come up to this court session, we just pray, Father God, that decisions that we make will be pleasing in your sight, as well as beneficial to the citizens of Newton County. We just pray all these blessings in your son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right, call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. I'd like to acknowledge all the guests that are here. How y'all doing today? I'm gonna open up public hearing. Chelsea, anybody? Okay, we're gonna close the public hearing. Go into the consent agenda. Minutes from the previous meeting.
She did say she was
Okay. B is accept statement of oath, deputation, and bonds. We don't have any of them. Our monthly departmental reports, they should be in y'all's packet there. Y'all have any questions on those?
Financials look good. Treasurer's report. Not as much as I'd like.
Yes. All right, does anybody have any questions on the departmental reports?
Yes, one thing I seen was just trying to understand the library fund. It showed 124,000, I think, for half through the year. And I thought that was as much as their yearly budget.
I missed that one, so I will find out.
Sherry, did you hear that? So I was looking at this financial report. It showed in the library that it was like 124,000 in that account. And I thought that was as much as their annual budget. It just kind of jumped out at me.
You have to go back and look at it, but I don't know what report you're looking at.
The treasurer's.
The treasurer's.
I'll circle it, give it to you.
Okay.
My question, I asked about a question about solid waste, about
I don't know.
32,000 getting out of it.
And that was the 20,000, shows distribution, but 20,000 we moved for fuel. So that is the 20,000 of it was the fuel.
Well, yeah, that'd be all right. Thank you, sir.
No, hey, that was because I had to look at it myself. All right, continuing education certificates. Do we have any, Ms. Rosemary? Okay. So, I need a motion to accept the consent agenda. All right, motion made by Commissioner Hobson.
Okay.
Second by Commissioner White. All in favor? All against? All right, we'll deliberate and consider action on the following items. Item number 1 is County Real Estate Committee update, and it's got William's name on it. So,
everything has been sold or is under contract except for 2 properties. I asked y'all today to add 4 more properties, I believe. Had timber theft on 1 property, turned over to the sheriff, Forest Service.
okay, and we do, they showed the Bryce property. And, the people are real interested. They're trying to, there's some neighboring property right there in the front that they're trying to get a hold of the people to buy. They want to build a house kind of in the front. So we're just waiting on word from whether they are able to buy basically it's the Trolley Park property. And
Did we get asking price or they agreed to asking price?
they hadn't made an offer yet, but, the property that they're wanting to buy, the taxes hadn't been paid in a few years, so it looks like they may be able to work a deal on it. All right,
What about the property of the 4 acres we talked about a couple of times?
We haven't gotten those yet. They're gonna take a little more since it is all, what's considered a dumping ground. Or is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
We're saving those for last, since they'll take a little bit more legal looking into.
Okay. And the timber company is actually, it appears the timber company has planted that. So it may be in their best interest to give us asking price since they went ahead and planted it.
oh, they want, 16,000 an acre for that.
That's what I'm getting at. They can give us at $64,000 total.
All right, item number 2 is review and approve unimproved property contract for the sale of Newton County real properties as presented by Legacy Home and Ranch Realty and or with Journey Realty. And we don't have any new contracts. Okay, that's just one we put on every commissioner court in case we do have one. Item number 3 is schedule a commissioners workshop to discuss county road mileage and precinct lines. And Philip, that's got your name on it.
Okay. Yeah, we've been getting several phone calls about the disparity between the precincts and whatnot. And we had talked about this, well, down through the years for a while now. We've been talking about the mileage and the precinct lines and whatnot. And I did have some communication with TAC about how it's normally handled in the state of Texas, around 254 counties. And there are 2 or 3 different options. And I just wanted to get together, commissioners, and discuss it a little bit and see what we can agree on and see what benefit Newton County, period.
All right.
I'd like to schedule a meeting here within the next week and whatever date that we all can get together. And it's good. You guys do it next week.
We all do, yeah.
That next week? 20th? Even Sunday. Yeah. Sure. Is there any way we could do that Thursday?
No, this Thursday?
Yeah.
You have to post it.
Okay. Okay.
What about the 28th? That's next commissioner.
That's the quickest. Okay. We have a court meeting that day. Okay, after court. That'd be good.
We have another meeting at 1:30,
We could do it right after court.
Well,
right after court.
that meeting at 1:30, that's to discuss the Cog broadband, they're fixed to start construction.
Yeah.
And I think you and, options. I just need to work on. I looked at you and I'm like, I drew a blank.
Commissioner Hunt.
I think you two need to attend the meeting because it's gonna be mostly in your precinct.
No.
There's gonna be some in Danny's precinct, but, and well, we can actually post it in all 3 of them.
We're also having a budget workshop.
So let's just blank out the whole
We
day
have 1:30.
for meetings.
Yeah, I mean, because we're passing out the sheets today, sorry.
I'm gonna be up here most of the day.
Yeah, so just put down 28 for meetings. So we've set on the 28th.
After court.
All right, Missy, do we need a motion on this? To set a date? Okay. All right. Item number 4,
Wait a minute, that's a line item on the agenda. We don't need a motion on it.
Schedule of work.
Okay, so we just,
If y'all want to take action to schedule it as a whole meeting. But I don't think it takes commissioners for action. Notice the work.
In case it does, I make the motion that we schedule a commissioner workshop at the court on July 28th.
all right. Commissioner White made the motion. I'll go ahead and second it. All in favor? All again? All right, item number 4, discuss and consider dedicating, naming the Dewville walking track after Juanita Roderick Pivito, as Miss Nita, August 4th, 1925.
yeah, Judge, that's my action item, my agenda item, I should say. And we built the walking track with donations from Venture Global on the buyout property next to the park. And Miss Nita is over 100 years old, kind of a staple in the community, recognized as such. And this is just an effort to recognize her and her contributions to the community, and also help give the walking track an identity throughout the community, and a place where we can say identified as such. We do have a company that is wanting to purchase a sign if the court approves it, recognizing it with her name on it, and such and so
It'll be bad, everybody walking on Miss Nita. No. Well,
I make the motion that we approve the dedicating of the Dewville Walking Park, Miss Juanita Roderick Pivito,
all right,
aka Miss Nita.
all right.
So,
Mr. Powell made the motion, Mr. Hobson second. All in favor? All against? All right, item number 5, a resolution of Commissioners Court in support of water supply and infrastructure grant funding on behalf of Mauriceville Municipal Utility District. That's Brad, but basically they just need.
where's Brad at? I'm sorry. We introduced Brad to the court this
Yeah.
morning, Judge. This is Brad Haquist. He is the manager and director of Mauriceville Utility District. Thank you for being here.
Thank
And I'm glad he said your last name because I was fixing to struggle with it.
Pronounced Brad.
That's why I said Brad.
That's good.
He's coach.
Good afternoon. My name is Brad Haquist. I'm General Manager of Mauriceville Utility District. Great opportunity presented itself. Legislature, Texas legislature last fall passed what do you call it? A bill allowing the citizens of Texas to approve excess of $1 billion excess revenue out of the general fund for the purpose for water infrastructure grants. And the voters of Texas graciously approved that. And Mauriceville's utility district qualifies as an entity that can go out there and apply for grants. What made this project somewhat unique was that there's a very tight time frame for it. Texas Water Development Board is more in the business of loaning money, not presenting grants. And they were instructed to put the program together, the projects together. And the information started to flow out in February. The actual guidelines were not complete in May, 1st of June. And the projects have to be shovel ready, and we had a deadline of July 30th to get all this done. So back in February, we directed our engineers to put together some shovel-ready projects that could qualify for this. And we hired Trailer and Associates to be our grant writers. And in the scope of the project, quite literally is an elevated tower at our old Champion well site in Newton County. Right now, it's about 250,000 gallon elevated tower and 20 miles of 8-inch water lines extending from the north part of Orange County, our Bilbo well site, interconnecting to Old Champion and the Old Champion well site, and going west and north into Jasper County, west further into Jasper County, all the way to 105. So it's about 20 miles of lines. Where the lines are going to intersect in Newton County, coming north Bilbo, and then east on Old Champion. That'll bring 2 8-inch water lines together in Newton County, which could enable future growth in those areas. That's enough water to provide services to everything in South Newton County right now, if that ever occurred. So as a municipal utility district, I want to tell you a little bit about us. We have over 4,000 connections, servicing between 12 and 15,000 citizens in South Jasper, South Newton, Orange County. Growing like mad, putting in a mile of pipe, average a month. Some months we do a couple miles. We reduced our debt from about 12.5 million to $1.5 million in the last 8 years. And that enabled us to do some serious refinancing and provides funds about $100,000 a month for growth, equipment, refurbishing tanks, structure, things like that. So if you'll notice on the back of your resolution, there's a map. It shows where this project's going to be. Let me pass these out while you're. This is who we are. This gives you information that we mail out annually to our customers. It's interesting. So God has blessed our utility, blessed our citizens, blessed our employees, etc. So the dots on your map, on my map, are blue dots. They show where our wells are. Pump about 850,000 gallons a day. We can pump 19 million. Question is, how do you get the pipe in the right places? And we know that because the last freeze we pumped 19 million gallons. So sadly, no, that's the situation. If you look at the map, the outline map that's on your back of your resolution that shows a blue dot, that's our Bilbo well site. That has the most capacity of any well site in the district. Dot over here, the blue dot on this side shows where the Old Champion well site is. So this project incorporates parts of Orange County, parts of Jasper County, parts of Newton County. Yesterday, Jasper County approved the resolution. Today, Newton County and Orange County is considering the resolutions. We've got an enormous amount of support. We're not asking for funding. We're just asking that send these applications into the Water Development Board that we can show that it's more than just us, that we're representing 3 counties and we're asking to support counties. Essentially, I talked about tight timeline on this. Applications are due the 30th of July. Talking about awarding projects in November, funding them next spring, which is unheard of when we talk about grant applications, grant protection programs such as that. So we'll have an answer pretty soon. Our engineers are providing shovel-ready projects for the 20 miles of pipe and for the tower that we presented. These are documents that go out for you right away. Was one of the requirements for this grant. They're not messing around with time. They want to spend $1 billion. We qualify. up to $20 million, but we felt that our pool, our portion of it, was about $150 million. We felt if we got greedy on this thing, we'd probably get that. So what we looked at is the areas, South Newton, North Orange, and South Jasper County, collectively, per housing or incomes are low enough that we'll qualify for a low to moderate income. Max out on those numbers. Jasper County brings in their area is about 38,000 a household. Y'all in that area about 48,000 a household. And the northern part of the Orange County is higher than that. But the average is about. We should be able to max out on all the qualifications for the grant, with the exception of if you are in some sort of enforcement action, TCQ or others, that adds points. But what our grant writers are telling us, what we're seeing is that this is such a quick turnaround, not a lot of people. So we think this grant will come in right under $8 million. This is an extraordinary opportunity. If it happens, it'll put our master plan ahead by about 5 years. So it's really it's an opportunity. Don't know whether you're going to get it or not, but or we'll get it or not. But we're certainly doing everything we possibly can think of, including asking for resolutions of support for counties. Grant writers on top of it. She's having a nervous breakdown because of the timeline, but she's really, really good. And we just appreciate y'all willingness to hear about this. If you're willing to support it, be grateful. A great amount of the funding would go to the county. Provide us, it's not just now. This provides more of a platform for growth, development. I also want to tell you that if we don't get the grant, we're still coming. It's just it's going to be longer. And it may not be 8-inch lines, it's 6-inch lines. That's right. So the lines we're putting in currently, we're trying to make sure we're at least 6-inch lines for fire safety, fire lighting, and stuff like that. What's going on? Question?
No, I think you explained it out great. So I'm gonna make a motion that Newton County does a resolution of support for the water supply and infrastructure grants for the Mauriceville Municipal Utility District.
Second.
All right, I made the motion. Commissioner Powell, second. All in favor?
Aye.
All again?
Very grateful.
One down, one to go. You got Orange County?
Orange County's going on right now.
That's right.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all very much. We're flooding and I'm going to put on my work clothes and go to work here. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
One thing that accompanies this action item is there's a road that some of the maps still show it to be in place. It was abandoned probably 20 years ago and it's rode up. But I will be approaching the court in the future to open that road up that would allow pipeline to run County Road 3139 to North Bilbo roadway. And also that will provide a second means of access egress for the residents in there. Over 400 registered voters in there, and there's one road in and one road out. So shame on Newton County for letting the road go up 25, 30 years ago, but we've got to open that back up.
Put the water pipe right down the middle.
Hopefully to one side.
Right away.
Y'all's willing to support the resolutions that allow us to use the road easements. That was another, had to have easements. How in the world do you go out and acquire easements?
Yes.
And that access there is going to open up a lot of opportunity. So, and we've got water and sewer also. Grant itself is for water only. Sewer comes in.
Yes, I went to the, they're in a rush to get the money out. I went to the meeting with the Water Development Board and basically looking for help for some of the rural water supply. And, they can't apply for it. It has to be, municipal, county, state, so.
Yes.
So maybe later on, they'll release some funds for the local water supply.
Thank y'all very, very much.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Powell, that road number was 3149, 39.
All right, item number 6 is we have the interlocal agreement between Newton County and Lamar University for the Southeast Texas Monitoring Sensor Network for 4 sensor sites in Newton County. And that is flood monitoring sensors, where we have flash flood sensors on, there's 4 sites in Newton County. One of them right now is not, in precinct 1, they have taken the bridge out, raised the road up. So we need to move that site to, the sensor is still at the site, right? Yes. So we need to figure out where to move that sensor to another bridge or, something where it can be mounted on. But right now, Newton County has 4 sites. And basically Lamar the grant funding has expired for these sites. That's from what I can tell. So Lamar is asking Newton County to chip in $2,500 per site for the upkeep and maintenance on the flood sensors. So can you explain a little bit more? Good morning.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity to be here. Same sense of manager and civil engineer assistant. Same. It's also an electrical engineer, both graduated from Lamar with doctoral degree 4 years ago. We started this project 5 years ago, and they have been working on this project. I personally deployed your 4 sensors here in Newton. I surveyed it, established some thresholds, water level thresholds, and these information are online. Public have access to this information, data, and kind of the estimation of what's going on, just stuff like that. So you will be provided with actually your foresight with some rain gauges during next month and actually next 2 months, which means you have the rainfall intensity and water drop, whatever you need from rainfall. And you already have the water depth above the sensor. You have the threshold, which means you can compare the water level above the sensor with established thresholds, principal thresholds, like the road, bridge deck, or any other critical infrastructure, nearby infrastructure. So you have the imagery, the daily photos of the sites, and with all of this information, you can predict the future. And we are going to do something like this.
Yeah. We're trying to gather around $10,000 to maintain and upkeep these sensors, these 4 sites. These are the 4 sites currently available to us here in the county, but the full network is around 80 sensors. Give us a full access to other parts of Texas, so we can better understand the behavior of the people around this area. And it's a minimal cost. It's very effective as opposed to USGS. They have similar equipments available, but their cost per upkeep is around $20,000 per unit per year, whereas ours is around $2,500 because we're maintaining them locally, and we're also getting partially funded by Lamar. It's in a 65%, 35% like split between the counties we work with or other private sectors we work with, and Lamar. We're splitting the costs. So overall, we're trying to maintain these for the time being. We're open to adding new options to our websites. We're open to adding more sites to get a fuller coverage. But for $2,500, we're looking at a upkeep for the next year an annual upkeep. It's going to be 4 quarterly visits, like four per year or quarterly visits. We're going to have a data upkeep. We're going to have a transmission upkeep. We're going to have sensor changes that needed, gauges changes. We're going to soon be adding gauges so we can check the rainfall as well as the level thresholds, so we can predict the flooding before it happens, and we can have a better mapping of the rainfall overall the economic dictionary. But yeah, that's what we're.
And the most important thing is already mentioned, this is a regional network. You have only 4 sensor sites, but you actually in the broad, but you have 80 sites, the whole region, because flood is not gonna keep in jurisdictional boundaries. It's gonna pass from the boundaries. So you have the information from upstream and downstream in this region. And we have this meeting with all other parties, including also these other counties actually, and they are on the process of this interlocal agreement, like Newton County, and we have a good meeting with them. We hope that will continue this full support for Newton County.
So question, this group, does it have any interactions with the floodplain manager for the different counties?
We provide information to weather services. They are publicly accessible. Most likely, they would have a pull on our data as if we are personally giving them this information, not to my knowledge.
Yeah, actually, that's good.
Yeah.
With Houston TriStar and NWS, they are receiving this information and they are providing the public with this information. Other managers. Last week I had this meeting with the city of Beaumont, this manager. She was also asking about rainfall information. Rainfall information was the most important thing that they need now, in addition to the deaths and the threshold. So, I guarantee that you will have the rainfall information in the next 2 months.
I know I get lots of emails from, flash flood warnings from the sensors on the different creeks that they're on. So it is a good tool to, you can see where your creek levels are, and some of the sites that they've identified in the past where y'all put the sensors.
Olin Bain was the one headed that up. He installed them on these roads. I'm like you, I get an email every time it rises up. I get email to my phone.
Yeah.
Saying it's flooding.
So this partnership with Lamar, 3565, is that the 2,500 is going to be added?
This partnership is kind of cost sharing. Depends on the number of active sensors you have. Newton has 4 sensors. For example, City of Beaumont had 18 sensors. So this is the difference between the budget between different farms. And Lamar actually Spain has the most largest cost sharing, 30% overhead, tools, equipment, transportation, everything that is provided by Lamar. In compared, I was saying already mentioned, compared to, for example, USGS, with only single rain gauge, you need to pay $20,000 per year. So here, all this information is going to be provided by $2,500 per year.
Localized.
So we'll have 4 rain gauges.
Yeah, you will have 4 rain gauges in addition to 4 cameras and 4 water level sensors. We will maintain this. The only thing that we need in Newton County is site access. That's it.
So, thank you guys.
Thank you.
For explaining it. From my
That'd be, 10,000 every year,
every year to make,
starting when?
that's when does it start?
It's gonna be September. I can email you, George, if you, that's good. No, it's gonna be September or September, every fiscal year.
We're already doing this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So this had a grant, now we're gonna be charged.
This would be a continuation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's continuation.
So it's already been going on, but the grant was paying for it?
Yeah.
So the grant's kind of phasing out.
Lamar and TLO, is currently on this project. Previously, it was funded by DHS and DOE.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say to this is we need to do more to get this to all the commissioners, the sheriff, this information so we can start monitoring it, learning from it and trending it. What happens in precinct 1 is certainly going to impact what happens in precinct 4 as you go downstream. And certainly a floodplain manager should have this information if you're looking at it and building a database of what happens when a bridge in precinct 1 floods out downstream properties.
If I remember right, we got one on 3062 and 3110. County Road 3110, that's Lower Holmes Road, and then 3062 is Fleetwood. We got them two monitors, precinct 1.
They're out here on the bridge, Cow Creek.
Right out there too.
Yeah, that's
Cow Creek.
that's not one of those.
Oh, it's not.
That's, what did y'all, who did y'all say had those sensors?
They're saying that there's a sensor right around here. that-
There's some sensors that's on like the Sabine River, some of the major creeks.
We monitor city, but
I think those are like GLS or one of those.
they are integrated in a bigger sensor network.
Yeah.
Their information are being shared with one another. So getting either of these sensors would give you access to that network. It's just a question of cost effectivity.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Well, I'll make a motion that we, approve an interlocal agreement between Newton County and Lamar University for the Southeast Texas Monitoring Sensor Network for the 4 sensor sites in Newton County. All right, I made the motion. Commissioner Hobson second. All in favor? All against? All right. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Sir.
You got Newton County back on board.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, we got an interlocal agreement between Newton County Emergency Services District Number 6 and Newton County to provide website hosting. I'll let you put the date on there. Now this, Misty's been involved in this as far as the, Newton County is, we having to update our website, making everything ADA compliant. So that increased our website costs. So ESD 6, and I haven't been involved in any of the negotiations on the.
Understanding of the situation that, each ESD is required to have this. And instead of hosting their own, they approached the county and said, hey, can we just have it paid? Be more cost effective. So what they are proposing is their statutorily required website being paid. It can be accessed through our county website. They have agreed to pay whatever the extra fee is for that extra page. And they've also agreed to pay $50 a week, $200 to the county to compensate whoever is charged with updating the website with the ESDs.
Okay.
My understanding of the county clerk's office has agreed to do that. I have not spoken to them.
Chelsea, you gonna do that?
They have agreed.
So it won't be Chelsea. We got that figured out.
So
Yes, yes.
I will be able-
So yes, we paid, initially, we paid, some attorney fees and different fees with ESD six with the understanding that once they begin collecting taxes and got the money, they would reimburse the county. Has that happened yet?
That hasn't happened yet. They wanted to get a full year of collections to figure out where they at, what they can afford to pay. And that was the last word that I talked to them. And that was because, you know, for them to start paying back, they didn't know for sure how much money they were gonna get.
How much money had they got?
I have no idea.
Somebody should know, should be public information. But we paid a substantial amount of money to get them going with the understanding that they was gonna pay the county back. Now they come back asking for more financial support. I'm of the opinion we should find out how much money they collected, what do they have in the bank, and why are they not paying back what we already spent? Does anyone recall the exact amount that we spent on that?
It's around 40,000.
But we're out 40,000. We don't know how much they've got in the bank.
And that number could, you know, that's what I got off the top of my head.
Jamie had a spreadsheet on her computer.
Okay. Not trying to put them in harm's way, but we're sitting here and one of the items on here is courthouse security and how we're gonna pay for it. If there's an entity out there that owes us $40,000 and they're holding it for some reason that's maybe less than validated, before we go and support them financially on another endeavor, we need to have a hard meeting with them and say, hey, why can you not pay that now? If you got $300,000 in the bank, I have no clue what you got. But if you got $200,000 or $300,000 in the bank, give us our 40,000 back, and then we'll do this. Kind of where I'm at with it.
My question, that ESD 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, or just 6?
No, this is just 6.
Just 6 by
Yeah,
itself?
ESD, look at that. Our West.
Two.
They have their own website.
Right.
They're supposed to, each ESD is supposed to have their own. Have all of the information that they're statutorily required to.
Will a Facebook page work in place of a website? We had that discussion at one time, remember? I know
I don't think a Facebook page will work, satisfy the requirements because they have to have their financials, basically like what the county has put on their website. Anybody that receives the tax money they have to have their financials, up to their budget.
Have to go to Facebook.
Yes,
You don't have to be whatever account.
yes.
It'll be a website.
So
Yeah,
it's kind of like, well,
The information available.
yeah, kind of like the county website where we have financials. So there's a page that they can click onto and look at the tax dollars received, you know, the budget, stuff like that.
who's responsible for ensuring they have those? I don't, as far as I know, I don't know of any that has it. Maybe
Howard does, guaranteed.
Yeah, who does? You know, they have their everything's posted on their website and they bring it to the county. So,
But see, that should throw another question up. Rest of the ESD up. So we help 6, and maybe one say, well, you help 6, we help 1.
that they have to pay us. They're gonna pay us.
They gonna, 6 gonna pay us now.
Yes, they're gonna pay us.
We don't,
They're gonna pay us for whatever extra it costs for us to have extra pay.
they gonna pay us.
then $200 a month for or whoever puts it on there.
And when we say they're gonna pay us, I go back to last year, they were gonna pay us back when they began collecting funds. There was no discussion of, we're gonna wait a year and see where we're at. I mean, we didn't loan them money to wait a year and see where there's at. The action item and I think I'm the one that made the motion, was specific to say when they began collecting funds, they would reimburse the county. It wasn't when you begin collecting funds and get your feet on the ground and feel good about yourself, you pay us back. It was specific to when you collect funds, you reimburse the tax dollar. I'm not being difficult, but you don't have courthouse security, and there's a debate today about how we're gonna pay for it.
Yes.
So
As far as the item number 7 is gonna make a agreement between Newton County and the ESD 6, and they're gonna pay. Yeah, we just gonna do what, I make that motion.
All right, motion is made by Commissioner Benson,
Second.
second,
Yes.
second by Commissioner White.
So can you be a little bit more specific on when they're gonna pay? Because we've made motions like this. You know, I mean, they're gonna pay when we begin providing the service?
Them for the amount that we have to pay tax, extra amount we have to pay tax, and then they will pay by the first of the month, the $200.
So it would be an immediate payment, not when the services are rendered, the payment is expected.
Then we.
The extra, whatever, I don't know what the extra amount would be for tax, to give us an extra page. So, and whatever that additional is, we just send them an invoice and they have to pay it within, I think it says 30 days. And then the other, you not have to.
That's what I.
You're gonna add Angel's salary.
I think if we go, yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Salaries.
I think it goes toward budget,
Yes.
and then there's yes.
Well, it should be decided by the chief financial officer where it should be decided. And it should be given to the county, and then the judge should, when he's making the budget, figure out, you know, we're not gonna sit here today and say it goes to the county clerk's office and they decide how to distribute it. All of these tax dollars go to the judge's office. He hands us a proposed budget and we begin working.
Amen.
All right, so we had a motion by Commissioner Benson, second by Commissioner White. All in favor? All against? All right. Let's see where I'm at. Appoint election judges. KK's not here, but do you have? All right, this is the judges for the 26-27 election for Newton County. Polling precinct is 1, 6, and 12, which is the Civic Center here in Newton. We got Missy Dunn and for judge alternate, Miss Ella Hawthorne. Precinct 2 and 7, Bonward Baptist Church. We got Kathleen Ray and Rebecca Gerald as alternate. Precinct 3 and 23, which is the Cave Building, we got Ms. Gwen Miller and Teresa Merriweather as alternate. Item number 4 is Heart of Worship Church. We got Candace Giles and alternate Joanne Gill. Toledo Bend Community Center, which is precinct 5, Sherry Leach, Kim Cross is the alternate. 8 and 22, New Life Believers Church. We got Galen Mason and Ida Mae Cheney as the alternate. 9 and 16, Trout Creek Volunteer Fire Department. We got Martha Bennett, judge, and Kinsey Sparrow, alternate. Old Laurel, we got Shelley Wright, the alternate of Danielle McLaughlin. 11, 13, 21, Dewville Sub Courthouse. We got Joanne Eubanks, an alternate judge of Sandy DeRanger. Liberty Baptist Church, we got Dorothy Byerly with Camille Ridgway as alternate. Pine Grove Baptist Church, which is number 15, we got Christina Wilkerson. And Gayla Seavey as alternate. Macedonia Baptist Church, we got Miss Nettie Brooks as judge. Judith Westbrook as alternate. 18, Salem Community Center, we got Heather Watson as judge. Donna Ziegler as alternate. And number 19, which is Faywell Pentecostal Church, we got Amber Whitmer as judge. Janessa Whitmer as alternate. And West Chapel Church, voting box 20, we got Gail Green as judge, and Deborah Schenkel as alternate. So I'll make a motion that we approve these names listed for the 26, 27 election judges for Newton County, Texas.
I second.
All right, I made the motion. Rich Powell second, all in favor? All against? All right. My chair has went all the way down. All right, item number 9 is set 2027 sheriff and constable fees for Newton County. And Sheriff, is there any change? So there's no change from the fees that we set for last year? So. All right. So I'll make a motion that we make no change in the 2027 sheriff and constable fees for Newton County. Second. All right. I made the motion. Commissioner Benson second. All in favor? All against? All right. Item number 10. Discuss and appropriate approve a courthouse security deputy position within the sheriff's office with an annual salary of $54,857.15 a year. All right, now this is the courthouse security we've been talking about.
Commissioners, a few meetings ago, Commissioner Powell brought to our attention that we need courthouse security. Funding was an issue. I went back and did my homework. Got somebody ready to take the position, but obviously funding on the budget. So there it is. Have somebody here every day.
Basically, what we're looking at on the funding is we have the money for this year. Now, for the new law the state has made where every business gets, what is it, $150,000 basically exemption. So, and it's affecting a lot of different counties. So we don't know how much money it's going to take away from our no new revenue rate. So we don't have the numbers yet. So we're not exactly sure where we're going to be at coming in for 2027. So we've got the money to fund it this year, but we're unsure if we're going to have the money to fund it for 27 going throughout. So Colton has, he's 3 deputies short right now. So if we fund a position to 27, so December 31st, if there's no money available, he'll roll him over into the sheriff's department. So, and that's just an item we need to discuss? And
Judge, I'd like to correct the sheriff. So I think the court as a whole recognized the need for courthouse security. I think I was a little bit more pointed to say it's your responsibility to provide it.
Correct.
So I think it wasn't just me to say, hey, we need courthouse security. I think, just for clarity, everyone here is of the same opinion. It's just, as I read the laws.
You brought in executive session, and
Yeah.
that's where the, funding is about.
so looking at the numbers, we do, if you're looking at 54,000, you add roughly another 30,000 to it for benefits. And so close to 90,000. So, just unsure if the money will be there to continue funding it past this December 31st. Now, we do have some money that we can, fund it to December 31st. Like I say, till we get our tax numbers, see how bad a hit we're gonna take on the business exemptions. That's just unknown out there right now.
Is this something you want to do until the end of the year, December 31st?
You know, the thing about, we sit here in July, and the reality of it, we talk about a budget workshop. We don't know what staffing looks like in 27. We won't know until we get into that, that the appraisals and the projections and all those things. So, I mean, where I'm at with it, we had that discussion, and I think we were all in agreement that we have probation office within the courthouse. We have people come here. I think it's okay to say that we had a person that was suspected of murder arrested on the courthouse square when they were here to see their probation officer. So, there's some bad elements coming to this courthouse, and we need courthouse security. I don't know what 2027 looks like. I'm concerned about it for more than one reason, but me, I just don't see how we can not have courthouse security. We talked earlier about, I didn't realize it was 40,000, Judge, that we were extended to ESD 6, but I mean, that alone would cover the cost for the remainder of the year. I don't know where ESD 6 is at. I certainly don't want to break them, but if they got $200,000 or $300,000 in the bank and give you the 40,000 they owe you, that covers it. And I take it back to, there's not any one threat or one person, one scenario. It's a multitude of scenarios at the courthouse on security issue, Annex, Louisville Annex, the ladies at the tax office all work behind bulletproof glass. The judge's office down there works behind bulletproof glass. My office works behind iron doors with cameras. You can't come in unless we open the door. And
in addition to the full-time courthouse deputy, I want to get with the judge, move the desk over to the west entrance of the courthouse, move the metal detector over there. That way, anybody that comes to that door, they're immediately right in front of that deputy. They're going to go to the metal detector, have the deputy, have the citizen or whoever's coming in empty out all the contents of their pockets, put in a bin, to the metal detector, they get the contents. That way, anybody that goes through that door meets that deputy, the metal detector, there don't have any guns, knives, bazookas, whatever on.
And we use the west door because it's on handicap engine. So preferably, be a different door, but the west door has a handicap engine.
So we look at 28,000, not counting benefits, insurance, get us through this year.
Yes. So you probably add another 10 to 15,000 for benefits. Get us through the rest of the year.
should be 48,000. I mean, you're looking at 12,000 a month. I mean, 84 divided by 12, what is that? Not 12. 7.
I got 72,
So 40,
6 months.
6 months. We're not gonna pick them up till 5 months, so 20,000.
Yeah, we didn't get around.
I mean, you cannot put a price tag on security, I understand that. But,
Or deal it, I mean, if y'all approve it today, we get started on hiring them tomorrow, it's still some take.
Yeah.
So we, all the new TCO laws and stuff, it takes 2 weeks to get them on the job ready.
can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Do they have to be able to arrest somebody, be courthouse security?
Technically, but I would prefer them to have arrest powers and carry a gun and a badge and handcuffs. All that good stuff, because they take somebody into custody and they're not a deputy or city police officer.
All right, another question for you. We got the doors locked. Somebody come in and shoot that fella. I mean, they gonna have adequate time to unlock these doors to get out of this courthouse. I mean, you
I don't
know,
understand you. So if somebody comes in and shoots the deputy,
yes, and then come on through and start shooting. I mean, the doors are locked. They gonna have to sit there.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's a double-edged sword. The purpose is to keep them out. Right? One insurance, I say I had 2 insurance, sheriff's office, but we pretty much monitor anybody that comes in and out 90% of the time. When they come in, if they shoot the deputy, we also go in that active shooter scenario. But the purpose, like I said, is for them to meet the deputy, go through the metal detector and try to eliminate any threat right there at the door.
We do have, cameras that are monitoring the courthouse and they're in with the dispatchers that do.
Not office in the dispatcher office.
For a situation like that, there needs to be an emergency plan made, everybody be educated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know what to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that we keep saying courthouse, but it's, you know, we talk about this just for the general public. It's broader than the courthouse. It's a courthouse square. You know, we've got the tax office, we've got the county clerk's office, the appraisal district. I mean, it's, you know, this person would be able to respond outside of the courthouse, have some sort of schedule where they go to the treasurer's office, make contact once, whatever it is. I mean, it's bigger than just sitting in a courthouse.
Well, and that's-
We don't want to have lunch in Jasper every day.
Yeah, no, it'd be a kind of a
And that's what we talked about, you know, them basically doing a check-in on every office. Not just, they'll walk across the street, check in the clerk, the tax office, or, you know, be able to respond across the road in case anything happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to the CA's office, treasurer's office.
Yeah.
Under a sole carrier.
Well, the other hard question I'm going to ask, where we're going to get the funding for the 40,000. Now, I understand what Mr. Powell's saying, the ESD pay, got that covered.
Well, we had a big savings on our insurance this year. So we still,
We done got in it once.
We have 100.
that, I didn't want to broadcast that out, you know.
And look, I don't want to sit here, I don't want people thinking I'm picking on the library, but when I read the treasurer's report, there's $124,000 in the library's funds. And I'm confident that was, Sherry, do you know exactly how much we budgeted to operate the library this year?
Have to go to the budget.
I want to say it's like 150, I want to say 156.
I was thinking 135 or something like that, but there may be money there, you know. I know that they had one person retired, but I know that amount that's there is not because one person left.
No,
Colton, right now, you are 3 million short. So you have money in your budget, like over.
Sure. Yeah.
There's some money right there too.
Yeah, I mean, I could sustain it for a little.
Yeah, for a little while.
But when I get 3 applicants and they need to hit the street, I need them on the street.
But right now, he's got money in his budget for those 3, for now.
I don't know when that'll be able to get tomorrow, maybe 2 months from now, I don't know, but I've got my captain working night shift, weekend, they get up at 10 o'clock. The
Are
other
you
night,
not able to find
transport to
anybody?
Conroe, I mean,
You're just not able to find anybody.
no, law enforcement, I mean, nobody wants to do the job anymore. Everybody's chasing money. Just, you know, with all the new state regulations and things. $50,000 a year for a deputy. Nothing right there. Yeah, maybe 5 starting out, you know, so, but it's.
Their price in the smaller counties out of competition.
And that's what the SB 22 money was there for, you know, it was intention. I guess it really falls in your lap, Judge, if you can afford it.
You know, for now, I know I can afford it to December 31st. So, Colton, you talk,
Library was 144,100.
Show them 124 there.
there's got to be a mistake there because salary and wages is done too.
Yeah.
More than that.
Well, that shouldn't be a mistake. That's cash disposition. That's out of net value.
What it was, there's money in there, there's in there that wasn't budgeted. That's what I'm saying. This is just right out of net value. Not every, all this money right now is cash disposition. Some of this is not budgeted. I mean, that may be something that's all over or some revenue coming in. I have to go back and look at the library and see what they got. It's what we budgeted.
Right.
For them.
I mean, you're 7 months into the year,
Yeah. Well, we know.
$20,000 less than what you budgeted. I'm just saying, this courthouse security benefits those folks as well. If it come down to a numbers game, there's money there that could potentially be used. That's the judge's business, that's his general fund, but it goes back to the ESD 6. Not having money sitting in an account somewhere that we could be utilizing is where we need to be, you know. Judge, if you can afford it, I'm gonna make the motion that we approve the hiring of courthouse security as proposed by the sheriff. And some budget workshop time, that's a whole nother discussion.
Right now, just let him know that the position will be funded till December 31st. We're not sure. So he needs to be aware that come December 31st, we may not have the money to continue to fund it. Because like I say, with the new exemption, state gave all the business. We don't know how much money we're gonna lose.
What I'm hearing is that if you're still short on deputies, you would consider that person yes to your police. So it's a plus for him. Go ahead and accept it.
Now, the candidate that they're looking at, he retired from Baytown Police Department. He was an investigator. So he has many years of law enforcement. All right, motion made by Commissioner Powell, second by Commissioner Hobson. All in favor? All against? All right. Item number 11, discuss and if appropriate, approve a budget amendment to fund number 010570450, building maintenance. This fund currently has a remaining balance of $778, and the jail is in need of repairs totaling $22,496.19. All right.
And we're having issues with the locks over at the jail. So, got an invoice for $7,000 in this building maintenance. Just, we went through that money. And we replaced a couple air conditioners, more stuff in the jail. Jail can't do anything about it. You know, we've got to, and my mentality when it comes to the jail, when they come to me and say, hey, our lock needs to be replaced, replace it. Whatever it costs, replace it. You know, simple as that.
Hey, while we're talking about this, I mean, I think it goes with the previous discussion. In this cash disposition, I don't know if that's the right statement, so it's a statement on cash. It shows courthouse security currently having $73,000 in it.
Oh, but they should call the cameras out of that courthouse security. Probably been worth it.
Yeah, it shows what it shows. That's I mean, and because we just approved 40, we're talking about 22 more. I mean, I think it's courthouse security. 025 is the account, and it shows total $73,640.
Yeah, because we have $7,255 in it.
for courthouse security?
It's in the money market.
Sherry, that's a separate line item away from the sheriff's office.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's 025.
And we bought all the cameras for all the JP's offices.
Yeah.
Recently, that's what that came out of that.
Well, I mean,
Right now, the active money that we have in the bank is 20. We have 16,384 and in the money market.
I'm just saying, the judge has the opportunity
Yes.
to pay for the courthouse security out of the 025 account, not even impact the insurance savings.
Cash in its money market.
Now now this is your maintenance and repair budget. One that's down to $778. So that's the jail's maintenance and repair budget. Just want to make everybody aware of that. So we had the invoice, last commission report, didn't we? The 22,000.
Yes, sir, I've got three of them here. I've got one for $13,236.96. That is for door closers, steel, mechanical locks. If you don't have a copy, I can get y'all a copy. I'll y'all have a copy. Yeah. That one, 13,000. We had a combative inmate break a glass, $2,200, and then $7,000 for parts and stuff.
Yes. I remember the invoice. So
Yeah,
the work-
You want to move that 482, I want to, 482 over his. Pay for that, 22,000.
yes,
And at the sheriff's office, there's things that we can, they come to me and they want, maybe need. They can be put to the side. When it comes to the jail, I tell them,
Yeah.
okay, we don't have no choice.
and I agree with that because I don't want to go back off.
Yep.
I don't want to sit in front of the jail commission.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget amendment to fund number 010-570-450. Building maintenance, that's one for the health remaining balance system. Building repairs, totaling $22,496.19.
All right, motion made by Commissioner Hobson. Second by Commissioner White. All in favor? All against? Now, as far as like the inmate busting the glass,
Yes.
now is there any restitution gonna be pushed?
So it will be found.
So there's a good chance you probably never.
The judge will feed him longer than what.
Yeah, if he's in a mental health facility, so there's probably no chance of restitution.
He's gonna go interested, but
Okay.
should.
Yeah, very highly unlikely. All right. Item number 12, to accept 2024 financial audit for Newton County.
Okay, so Mr. Charles is going to come once he finishes the 25. He's right now working on the 25 budget. He will come present both 24 and 25 together. But there is a statement that he made. The audit reflects that Newton County remains in a strong financial position. The county continues to maintain positive net assets, healthy fund balances, and reduce long-term debt while preserving sufficient unrestricted resources to meet ongoing operational needs. The county overall financial condition remains stable. He will come down and present this, and if anybody wants a copy of it, or welcome to come by my office and pick up a copy. I've also been clerk to put on the website. If the court approves, to go ahead and put it on the clearinghouse and the website.
That statement that he made, it's been made for the last several years. Correct.
There was only one finding that was in there, and that was because it was past 9 months old. And now we will not have any more findings because 2025 will be on schedule.
Be done by September.
Yes,
Good deal.
We hope.
praise the Lord.
We hope.
Well, you know, one of the reasons that's so important, you know, Commissioner Benson got approval to buy a truck.
Yes,
Well, now we pay for our own equipment. I have 2 pieces of equipment finance. I pay $58,000 a year for. He's going to be paying this, but he was dependent upon his audit to get that done. So,
Yes, thank God.
Well, I I spoke earlier, I went to the meeting with the Texas Water Development Board. And one of the first things they said, if your 2025 audit's not complete, don't even apply. So,
2025 is being worked on. It's really not due until September 30th. They're under, you heard him earlier say about the September.
Yeah.
They're on a whole different budget schedule than we are. So their budget's due in April. So,
And-
but we're on a calendar year budget, so ours is not due till September.
Yeah. And then they said that, if the county applied for any of the grants for the rural water supply, you know, county owned them after. If there was any money awarded, the county owned them. And I said, I'm out. I don't want to supply water.
and you know, one thing that's, Mauricio Utility District is not a member of DETCOG. That $1 billion that was available was not, DETCOG was not included in that discussion. That's why Jasper is no longer a member of DETCOG.
I need a motion to, accept the 2024 financial audit for Newton County.
I make that motion.
Second.
All right.
I need.
Motion made by Commissioner Benson, second by Commissioner White, third by Commissioner. All in favor,
Ah,
all against.
thank you, Sheriff.
All right. Item number 13, engagement letter from Charles E. Reed and Associates for 2025 financial audit for Newton County.
Okay, I'm asking the court to table that until the next meeting. There was some things that she needed to get before me. About the computer. Anyway, we need to do it for this week, so we can go ahead and have it, this court. That's something Charles Reed. Okay, something that you sent me. Right, you're shaking your head, yeah. So you know.
Never replied to me, but I asked.
She asked me, I didn't have an answer. On the WEA stuff, so anyway, you were gone last week, but we'll ask the court table that something.
But they're working on it already.
All right, I make a motion that we table the item number 13, the engagement letter with Charles E. Reed and Associates for 2025 financial audit for Newton County.
Second.
All right, motion made by me, second by Rich Benson. All in favor? All against? All right, item number 14, line item changes, transfers, or budget amendments. So that's the budget amendment to pay the sheriff's department's $22,000 for courthouse, jail work.
Essentially, you approved it.
Yes, yes, and the courthouse security deputy position. All right, do we need a motion or anything on that? We've already talked about it. Okay. All right, we'll go right on down to item number 15, payment of the bills.
Okay, the general fund is $481,305.82. District Attorney State Fund, $521.72. Road and Bridge Precinct 1, $656.68. Road and Bridge Precinct 2, $876.99. Road and Bridge Precinct 3, $459.77. Road and Bridge Precinct 4, $890.22. Commissioner Special Precinct 1, $13,433.92. Commissioner Special Precinct 2, $7,451.27. Commissioner Special Precinct 3, $21,663.22. Commissioner Special Precinct 4, $12,346.56. Record preservation, $15.40. Solid waste disposal, $2,972. Voter registration, $110.58. Dayton County Library, $814.04. Historical operating, $745.16. Hazard mitigation grant, $143,953.16. Grants, $500. Technology fund, $263.36. Federal Forest Fund, $447. For a total of all funds, $689,664.61. What I do want to point out is that general fund, $253,000 of that went to the insurance. Also the hazard mitigation grants, that's pass through money from the houses that were bought, the land that was bought. Land was bought and we're paying TV. That's the $143,950. The court to be aware of that point.
I want y'all to think I was working on.
That's mainly the result.
They hadn't come back with anything.
Carry how much more do we owe these people?
They can go.
How much we figured the other day that we had?
Good. I have it there.
So we sell that, Bryce property.
Right.
Actually, what happened with those?
Make the motion, we pay the bills.
All right, motion to pay the bills by Commissioner White, second by Commissioner Hobson, all in favor? All against?
I was here to you, I fell out. Your budget sheets for the workshop at the very end. Good.
All right, I expect 10% reduction. No, I'm just kidding. I just feel like, 2027 is gonna be a tight year, so,
Be interesting.
we got our wants and we got our needs, so let's prioritize on what we need instead of what we want, so. It's gonna be,
Okay.
it could be a tight year.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Wait a minute.
That's on the right. Oh, motion to adjourn by Commissioner, Powell, second by Commissioner Hopper, all in favor? We out of here.
Make sure, well,
I'll do it.
thank you.
I got a question. This has got July 3rd on
Okay.
it. So when are we supposed to turn this in by? It says it was due by July 3rd. When it's